I'm Lamb Chop. This here's my world. Oh, here we go. Oh, good Lord, got my hand. Now, it's a little chilly here in the Lamarosa. Kind of cold. You want to get your barometer and check your levels. If you don't, I guess you ain't got nobody to blame but yourself. I have no idea how much paint to load on this brush. Any of that, I can't help you. I just get some on there and start dragging it down and see what it'll look like. Ugh. I do got that line on the side to save me a little. I'm just going to drag it like that. This is supposed to be an easy letter. The L. 2 freaking straight lines. I'll show you how to mess it up. Somebody might be watching this and knows what they're doing and go, oh, you should have never pulled it. I don't know. If my fattiness gets a little too big, I've learned that's cool, because I'm going to trace the outline of it with that black. And that'll help me square up some of these lines. Of course, I'll come back after it dries up a little and try to touch it up a little, this and that, to make it more easier to follow that straight line down the edge of it. That makes a point for sure, makes a difference. Something like that. And it probably won't go on that thick for right now. But that's how I'm going to try it. Here comes that mighty A I'm scared of. And another thing about this Rust-Oleum, you can, I think you can thin it with mineral spirits. Or clean your brushes quite often. Let's see. Yeah, I think I went a little too far over, so I'll have to probably scrape that off. I'm making that little section here where they're going to come together for my A. And then I got to just try to drag it and come to this point. Doesn't matter if it's pretty yet. Oof, that's close. They gave me kind of a guide there. I don't know if you can see how crude that was, but it will give me a guide to follow and fill it in, so to speak. Now I'll try this one. Looking at the other side constantly going, ooh, ooh, is that too close? Right to the point of the tape. Awesome. That was luck right there. Now I got to go in and try to fill that in that I just drug. Make it pretty. More thickly white. Not too shabby. I gotta tell you, I'm really happy with the results of this paint. It's flowing very nicely. Very, very nice flow. Actually, I have no idea. This is how I'm going to do my letters. If I was technologically apt, I could probably figure out how to do this in a quick motion. Brrr. Maybe my phone has that technology. I'll have to look. I really don't know. I've watched people do this and they lay their hand on here and steady it and all that. You put both my hands together and some bitches are going to shake twice as much. This is still early of the morning. Still a nice, cool, breezy Tennessee. I think this is going to work. Kind of looks like an A. Got a little fat here, but I think when I trim it on the edges with my black, I can make that go away. I hope and think. If not, me, character, ain't it? That's what they call it. Now I'll make that center line in the A. If you recall a while ago, I showed you kind of roughly where it might be. I think we decided right around there. Cuckoo, look at that. We'll just turn them 2 lines into an A like nobody business. Now the M. This is so hard. The M is very hard. I'll follow my basis of what I did for the A with just dig it in and go for it and try it. I'm going to make the outer ones first, and then somehow that'll give me the, okay, you got to fit the middle in, and try that. Oops, sorry for the ruckus. Oh, this is going to be hard. Might be a lot of cussing here with YouTube's new regulations, thank goodness. That's why I say these videos are not for children's. Here we go. I'm scared. Ooh, let's do it from here. It's got to stay really close to the edge and be tall. Oh, I don't know. Is it gonna fly? Is that the beginning of a good hymn or the end of a bad one? There's that. I think I can make that work. We're gonna find out. This one needs to be this distance from there to the tape. In fact, I don't know if y'all can see that. There to there, that's how I know I need to start that edge of the brush, that same distance from there to there. That's close. And then just try to mimic how close I was to the tape there over here. And follow it all the way down to the corner. That's more just trying to eyeball something, I guess, than anything. Ooh, I got too fat. That's going to be tough. There we go. Now I got to do something to connect them in the middle. This is really funky because I have a W coming up later on. However bad I mess this M up, I have to mess the W up equally as bad. Make it upside down. Yeah. I'll just take her there. Oh, that's probably too far over, I bet. Oh, I bet it was. And now I need to open that gap right over here the same. And then blend it to a single strokey stroke. I'm gonna probably just leave that the way it is and touch it up later. It'll need fixing a little, but that'll be like jest, and I can purdy it up with my black. Eh? I think I told you how to do the C, or talked about it. You know, I have a center point in it I know I need to hit. And just wherever I dig in here to start the C, I have to dig in there to start it. This is probably too long, huh? I'm going to take it from the tippy tip, blend her over to about there. Oops. Oh, now. Right there's the center. That's not a very pretty C at all, is it? Ooh, that didn't turn out well. It's like a quicksand. Oh, you see it? I'm not happy with that. I can see what's wrong. See, there's that big triangle. Doesn't look nothing like that triangle up there. When it's all said and done, it probably won't even matter, honestly. Nobody probably ever notice it like I'm critiquing it. That's one of them you're your own worst critic things, I guess. I don't know. But it's getting a start. I'm going to do the H. I showed you center line was about there. I see how far it is there. I'd follow it here, and that's where I'll make that crossbar for the H. Yeah, right about there. Ooh, that was a lot of paint. I used this 1-inch wide brush thinking, oh, 1 inch, just don't make it no wider than the brush and I'm golden. That was the plan. Didn't actually turn out that way. Tried to. See that gift there? That's way wider than 1 inch right there, ain't it? That's probably gonna need some scraping off to fix that. That's pretty heavy. Or I'll curve it at the bottom hide it with the shadow of the 3D little block letter of it. That'll be the intention anyway. It's getting there. It's getting there. Yeah. That looks like an H, all right. Yeah. You see what's going on here. Where she blows, I went down there and done the preliminary drawing of the letters. They're not perfect by no means, but they're kind of taking up the space that they need to be in. I'll come back with this little wee fan brush here. It gave me a little better control when I'm going over everything to give me a nice straight line to drag along the edge. These ain't lettering brushes or nothing. It ain't at all what you're supposed to use or nothing, but yeah. I'll do that, touch up my whites. This S got really jacked up on me. You probably see it in the video. It's crude, but it's gonna work. I just got to get off some of this white right here, just a little bit. A lot of that'll be the black shading, the little 3D kind of deal I'm trying for. Other than that, I'm gonna wait on her to dry and touch up the white one more time. That'd probably be all I'll fool with it, and peel the tape off and begin going the black all around it. I'll show you that. Well, there she is with the tape off of her. Looks like a ass end of a menstruating mule, I guess, but what are you gonna do? We're gonna trim her in black. I'm gonna try to take one of my little thin brushes. Yeah, little bitty bastard. Baby, I mean, I'm not supposed to swear. Well, I'll just take this with my black and try to go around just the border, straighten up my crooked lines. You see that A there is kind of raggedy looking, but when I do my little 3D shadow thing, drop behind it, that'll get colored in. So when I come to trace my pretty line, I'll try to straighten that up. And basically, I'm just going to try to go around the edges of her with the black first, just to outline my letters. Hindsight, I kind of wished I'd have went on and got the red out I bought and could have just outlined it in red and then done the background, you know, the shadow. But I didn't do it over there, and my black, if you really look at it, it's not very good and straight and fat. The red would be too gaudy over it. Yeah. So I'm going to outline this in black. Alrighty, it's tacked up a little bit, maybe not a whole lot. Sun come out, got to open up the garage doors to the Lamerosi. I'm gonna try to outline these letters with the black, if we can. I hope that music's not too loud and you two brown shirts don't get a hold of me. Here we go. No idea what I'm doing, but I will try to make a fine little black line. And this side over here can be fatter because it's going to be the shadow. If you see. But I just still got to trace it. Sorry if I'm in the way here. I don't know if this is something y'all even need to see. I don't know. Pretty simple and self-explanatory. Trace your lines as best you can. And fix the ones that are messed up. Like a soul. Ooh, look at that, pretty. Oh yeah, coming right along. I need a better table set up, huh? But it's very, very tedious, I'll tell you that much. Horrendously time consuming. Probably too much paint on there, I don't know. I really don't. But we're learning. I believe we can make that work. And then we finish this side. I don't know that that is really helping steady my hand much, but it looks good, huh? right here, I'm mainly focused on the right side of that stripe I'm doing, because that'll be the finish edge. Granted, I can go back and touch it up, but that's kind of my finished edge. Well, oof, close. Tricky stuff. I guess you can kind of see what I'm doing though. Same thing here. I don't have to worry too much about the thickness so much as I need to worry about that top line that I'm leaving. Because this will be drugged down for the angle. The shadow, if you will. And we bring it off. Skilled full hand? No, says I. Oof. I gotta fix that, so I have to drag this really good. Oof. That other side I done, I made this outline a little too fat from trying to fix so much stuff because I didn't have much experience with it. That's the gist of what's going to happen is I'm going to outline these letters. I'm going to try to fix this A where the white got a little too wide right there. Do what I can with it. I won't force you to watch all that unless it's therapeutic or something. I will begin the A. Maybe it's therapeutic watching somebody else mess up, and who knows, somebody's out there probably laughing their buns off. Oh, it's still tacky. Yes, it is. I have to get more paint on me brush for them kind of strokes. Got a little too far over. That'll cheat it away though. It makes the A look right. Oh, so proper. Oh, so proper. I'm pretty sure it's better if you commit to once you're pulling, just pull the dang thing. It'll give you a straighter line, I think. Even if you're wiggling hands like me. Do what I can with what I got. I certainly should have let the white dry all the way instead of tacky before attempting this. But as all those shows are, I've got myself a deadline. I got to drive this thing in the parade tomorrow. Our Crema parade. Here in Hendersonville. Wonderful, wonderful Hendersonville. It's nutty and time consuming, I tell you. So whirly. I don't like the way this comes over, so I might try to get some of that off with some mineral spirits and a very fine pointed screwdriver. Purdy up that A there. I'm not happy with that too much. Maybe that'll work. I don't know. Ooh, this would be tricky. Get a little fat with my line. I don't like that too much. But we'll get her. Might be getting the white back out. Who knows? You see what's going on here. Now, here we go. I've went around it with the black. Not a perfect job by no means. It's going to need all sorts of little touching up stuff and doing things of the sort. But you kind of get the gist of what's happening right there. Just like, look at that C. It looks terrible. But I'll be fine doing it with my littler brush afterwards. I'm going to let all this black that I just done tack up a bit, and then I'm going to begin doing my little 3D shadow thing. Basically, you just find the points and go at a little angle down that way. That's how I'm going to do them. Find the top corner and pull down at an angle and try to do a straight line there and match them up like that. Like I say, I ain't too great at it, but hey, I'll give her a go. Don't be afraid. Don't be scared. All right. I've done my crude black outlining. I think I showed you a second ago. Got a little bit fatter brush. Still a little angled tip. Now I'm going to try to do my little 45-y things. People that's really good at this don't come from the point and they just make a shadow. It starts here and even like this and looks like you made the exact same letters down and over. Looks kind of neato. I ain't that good yet. So I just do it crudely like I did in elementary school and just bring them from the corners like block 3D letters, what I'm going to try to do. Here we go. Like I say, by no means know what I'm doing properly. It's just something I'm attempting to try. I ain't never done it like this before. Wiki wiki. See what happened. I'm gonna start in the corner. I think that's fat enough. Color it in a little to get me started. And I'll just try to drag this down it. If I drag it straight, it should make a nice straight line. Supposed to. See what I'm kind of doing there. A little kooky coo at the top there. Just going to try to drag her down like that. Hope you can see that. I don't know. I ain't got no cameraman. Try it again. Go a little further. Ooh. Like somebody's calling me out. Somebody's getting on it on their vehicle out there. I have my little black line that I drew first that helps me use that as a guide to try to ride on it. We'll just let the thickness of the brush I just happened to choose be the thickness of my stripe there. And it probably won't be perfect and straight and wiggly like all my other stuff I done, but once it's all on, then I come back with an even smaller, finer brush and I'll try my hand at doing it like that. Little corner down here, I'm just going to try to tickle it out about as much as I did that top there, to where this distance from the bottom of the L to that point should be the same as that in a perfect world. But this ain't a perfect world, is it? It's Laptop's world. Bring it from the point and just let the brush ride that strip there that I had going earlier. Slow, deliberate strokes. Happy, happy mistakes. Oh, the happy mistakes. Pull it that way since I got a little angle. Get close to the end here and we'll do that same angle right there off of that point. At least that's what we're trying to do. Maybe it needs to be fatter, I don't know. Have a look, see. Here's my L. I don't know if I'm showing it too great. That's the gist of her. You can see I already kind of made one on that A there. Well, that's what's going to happen with it. It probably would pop better if I trimmed the outline in red and then a black drop shadow, but I didn't do that on the other side, and where I goofed up on my black lines trying to fix them. Some are really fat, some are skinny. Maybe that adds character. I don't know. But that there is how I do her. I'm going to carry on, start with my A and bring it same distance, you know, when you're doing that inside, it'll be as wide as my brush, as it will be there and there. Kind of more or less simple to understand. Alrighty, there I've gone around the little thing to try to make it 3D-ish. Crudely, this is the first pass, of course, again. That's kind of the gist of how she'll look. Not too god-awful. That's how it's done on my truck. I don't know how it's really supposed to be done, but yeah. I'm going to have the on YouTube down here on the bottom. But you kind of see what's going on. I'll take you over here and show you yonder other side. I think you've already seen that, but here's the other side. Oh, excuse me there. I think maybe you can read it. And then the on YouTube thing. Well, it won't be much more than that. What you see is kind of what I've done. Yeah. Still got to add my apostrophe also. But that's how I do her. But as I say, that's just the method I did. Is it right? Who knows? It worked for me. I mean, it's a beater old shop truck. So, I guess that's one of the good things. I can mess it up, and it really ain't going to be messed up. I can sand her down, give it the old patina worn-in look. Few people I've showed it to said, yeah, I should. And other people say, no, leave it like that. I don't know. I'm going to leave it like this for the parade. And just see how it grows on me. I might run it like this for a few weeks till it gets good and cured, and maybe I will sand on some of it. Don't rightly know. Hope the video wasn't too long and I just wasn't too boring. I explain it the best way I do with what's going on in my head. That's the process. Enjoy it. If you watched it to the end and you're here, hit the like button. Not many people do for some reason. I don't know. Maybe they don't like them. Hit the like button. Hell, subscribe if you ain't subscribed yet. I do all kinds of silly shit. Don't forget, Lamarosa Rails every Saturday night. Hot Wheels Drag Racing Action, 3 classes. We'll be running them tonight because this is Saturday. Thank y'all for watching. Appreciate it. Laptop's world. Gyrate, gesticulating, take care of business, you know what I'm saying.